All right. Okay, let's move on and travel abroad now. It's not just Africa that's involved in qualifiers. In Europe, the European Championship, that's the 2016 edition, there are qualifiers for that as well. So let's take a look at some of the fixtures for today, matches that will be played today. A whole lot of interesting ones to be played. And big news yesterday that Spain lost again. The problems with the World Cup and everything, refusing to go. But take us through all of these fixtures.
That's the selected fixtures. So you have Wales and Bosnia Herzegovina, Netherlands and Kazakhstan will be in action. Turkey and Czech Republic also playing today. Belgium and Andorra is another game to look forward to. Bulgaria and Croatia, Italy and Azerbaijan, they will also be in action for some of the selected fixtures for the 2016 European Championship. One big game yesterday was actually the game against talk about Slovenia and Spain. Yeah. And England, I think the fans should definitely be happy right now. Okay. 5-0. Of course, Wayne Rooney and Welbeck, all of them have all of them in action. That's another game you will really want to talk about that happened last time. But these are actually the selected fixtures.
I think for today, probably the standout fixture would probably be Turkey and the Czech Republic. I'm looking at the other ones, big stars, big countries, and Minos. You know, it's just like when England plays San Marino. But Turkey and the Czech Republic, maybe from there we could get, a good game. A good game.
That could be. But that's what we expected from Spain yesterday, but we just didn't see that. So sometimes these days, when you see a big country like Czech Republic, of course, playing Turkey, you can't just write them up. But definitely, just like you said, it's going to be a tough game because both sides, they really have not much to lose. No one is looking at them and say Czech Republic is going to upset Turkey. And you look at the game whereby both sides, they're fierce when it comes to scoring. And also, they have players that really want to adapt it, maybe put all out to prove themselves and tell them that, look, we
probably that's the only chance
we can play better.
Okay, all right, so let's move on. There were not much of surprises yesterday, apart from Slovakia defeating Spain and England. I mean, you would expect them to beat San Marino. It's a question of the number of goals they would score. An interesting thing happened yesterday. FIFA President Sepp Blatter talking about the away goal rule, and he's questioning the away goal rule that should a two-legged encounter be settled by away goal rule, that home teams seem not to have an advantage in modern day football. You've seen, less fancy teams go to more established opponents and beat them at home. I mean, remember what the Congolese just did to the Super Falcons. So you look at all of that, and anytime Blatter questions something, it changes.
Possibility that maybe their next executive meeting, somebody might.
What's your view about this?
What I think is really, for me, I think for this time around, I'll support Blatter for this, because it's not like old-fashioned. Because then you already have this home crowd, this home support, behind you, and there's always this tendency that once you're playing at home, you're definitely going to win. But it's no longer the case, like you said. So it's always difficult for clubs playing at home to win. Check Chelsea, before they played Schalke in the Champions League, they've won all their matches at home. But what happened when Schalke came? They got a draw. So that's a huge one. For you to have come to Stamford Bridge and you get a draw, you're going back to Germany, that's what you're going to look at. So I think Sepp Blatter this time around, he's really right, because players, normally, that fear factor, it's no longer there. You saw what Atletico Madrid did to Real Madrid, going to Santiago Bernabeu, beating Real Madrid in front of their home fans.
But the essence of the away goals rule is for away teams to come and play and stop home teams from underhand tactics and looking for a draw.
It's really no longer working. It's no longer working at all. It's no longer working. It's outdated to me. Okay. It's outdated. Maybe that's the reason it feels, since that fear factor is not there, because the home teams definitely will always also want to come out to play and score goals. The away team will just want to get one goal.
Both ways. Away goal rules will make you take both matches seriously. Like, for instance, you come to my house, I use underhand tactics, I beat you 4-0. If there's no away goal rule, it doesn't matter what happens. Yeah. But it just keeps. Well, we'll wait to see what FIFA
maybe
will
it's definitely make it more competitive. Like, you don't look at that goal that you scored. That's going to help you out. Sometimes,
for us in this part of the world, you remember 2006 World Cup, and how Angola went to the World Cup, even though we had superior goal difference, and they went on away. Maybe for some of us like that. But I still think the away goals rule is an incentive for you to go away and get something
out of it.
Play football and get something, knowing that it's going to count. But if you take it away, It's just that...
You're thinking the phone will be out of it?
Yeah,
I think it will still be there, because when you know that if you score away, definitely not going to matter to you. All you need to do, win your home games and see how you can also get more results. I think players and coaches will even take it more seriously. Okay,
let's move on quickly and talk Formula One. This morning, first practice session. I mean, most practice sessions from when it started, all started in the first race of this year. Number one is either Nico Rosberg or Lewis Hamilton. And as expected this morning...
Mercedes Formula One.
Yeah.
That's
what the 2014 race is turned into. Nico Rosberg won first practice session. Second practice session will be 11 a.m. But the news is that...
And second practice session will be Lewis Hamilton winning.
Okay, maybe. But the news is that Marussia, they're running with just one driver out of respect for Jules Bianchi. And the Russian Grand Prix has been overshadowed with what happened to the young man in Suzuka. And I don't know if the winner will celebrate out of respect, whoever wins the Russian Grand Prix, out of respect for Jules Bianchi.
I don't really think so. You know, the Russians were really looking forward to this race. They've been preparing for it a long time ago. It's the first time they are having Formula One in their country. So they were thinking it's going to be hype, will be more.
Unfortunate
but it's been taken away, all hearts, with Bianchi, who actually got injured in Suzuka, like you said, last weekend. I don't think the winner will celebrate, because even when Lewis Hamilton won, when they were asking him questions about his race and all that, he said he doesn't really want to talk. That whatever happens, he's not concerned about that. It's concerned with what Bianchi is actually...
Because it could have been him. It could be anybody.
It could be anybody. And even, I think Felipe Massa also was lucky. He almost, got also into the trap, because he was the one that said he was already shouting and complaining and said there was too much
because he had
on track.
Something like that happened to him before but he recovered. But we can take consolation from the fact that Felipe Massa had a near-death experience like that. He's back racing. Hopefully...
like the way this one has been painted is like severe head injury. Once that severe comes in and head injury, it's
near fatal.
That is it. I just hope he's able to come out of it, because you really wouldn't want to talk about more on this race right now because of Bianchi. Maybe until he gets out of the hospital or is out of that critical condition in which they said he is. His condition is stable, but it's critical. When he's out, maybe that's when we can really, really celebrate whoever is going to win. All
right, we'll go to tennis quickly as we leave Formula One. But I have to read this to you. Mark Anthony at Peak Line Sports says, I want you to react to this quickly. It says, whatever we plan to do with Keshi after this game with Sudan remains a mirage. He might be kicked out. I pray we win. We didn't sort out Keshi. And he feels it's not a good one.
Okay, you know why I felt NFF, they said they were going to meet on Wednesday, and one of the things they were going to discuss is actually his contract, to be or not to be. I think maybe they don't really want that distraction. Let him just continue. Maybe after the qualifiers, that's when they will decide who is going to take Nigeria to the Nations Cup. But I think that will be very, 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 very dicey, because you can't just wait a few months to a tournament and you start deciding whether to have a coach. Or maybe they just want to leave him till after the Nations Cup and decide whether to have a new coach or continue.
And Deji Adefila says Falcons will be playing the final. Shouldn't be difficult to make it out of the group. That's what he's saying. Agrees with you. Parting shot, Cecilia, Novak Djokovic, Roger Federer, all progressing to the quarterfinals of the Shanghai Masters.
I think Novak Djokovic didn't really know that he was going to labor to actually defeat Mikhail Kukushkin, because it was difficult for him. He even dropped a set, winning that game 6-3, 4-6, 6-4. Right now for him, he's going to be facing David Ferrer. Remember, David Ferrer ended Andy Murray run in the Shanghai Masters. For Roger Federer, he's always the man to watch out for at a big stage. He joins him in that same quarterfinals, beating Roberto Bautista. 6-4, 6-2, and really on a straight set victory for him. So I think he's fitter, and definitely he will maybe go all the way to the finals. We can't just see another Federer and Novak Djokovic in the finals.
It's not going to happen.
Masters.
Is it going to happen or it's not going to happen?
I think it might happen.
Okay.
Because Julian Bennett's will definitely not be, adapted like a big threat to Novak Djokovic.
Okay, that's how we wrap things up on the show. We do hope that you've enjoyed everything we've been able to do this morning. You can join us again next week. Hopefully, we'll be talking about victories for the Super Eagles and, of course, for the Super Falcons. We'll leave you with tennis action from the Shanghai Masters, talking about Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. Bye-bye now.